What if everything you've believed about success was designed to keep you hopeful? What if the middle class wasn't the destination, but the start of a bigger story? The middle class was a temporary illusion. Millions are starting to wonder why they work harder than ever, yet owning a home or building wealth feels more impossible every year. People earn more than past generations in many countries, but homes, education, and daily life have become dramatically more expensive. So what really changed? For decades, the middle class symbolized stability. One steady job could support a family, buy a house, and create a future that felt secure and predictable. But what if that prosperity existed only because of a rare moment in history? What if it was never truly meant to last forever in the first place at all? Stay until the end, because one surprising fact may completely change how you think about the middle class, money, and the future of modern society. After World War II, economies expanded rapidly. Businesses grew, wages increased, and millions of families believed a better life was finally within reach. Factories hired more workers than ever before. Stable jobs became common, and hard work often led to higher income and long-term financial security. For many families, buying a home became a realistic dream. Homeownership represented success, stability, and a future filled with opportunity. Education also became more accessible. A college degree often guaranteed better jobs, higher salaries, and a clear path into the middle class. Everything seemed to point upward. Each generation expected to earn more, own more, and live better than the one before, believing the trend would never end. But looking back today, some economists ask an uncomfortable question. Was the middle class permanent, or was it simply a temporary illusion? Then the economy began to change. Global competition increased, technology advanced, and many stable jobs slowly started disappearing from the market. At the same time, inflation kept rising. Everyday essentials like food, healthcare, and transportation became more expensive than many families expected. Housing prices climbed much faster than incomes. For millions of people, buying a home changed from a goal into an increasingly distant dream. Many workers found themselves doing more, working longer hours, yet saving less money by the end of every single month, despite all their extra effort. Automation and artificial intelligence transformed industries. Some jobs disappeared completely, while others demanded entirely new skills just to stay competitive. The middle class didn't vanish overnight, but for many people it slowly became harder to reach, harder to keep, and harder to define over time than ever. Compare life 50 years ago with today. In many places, one income could support an entire family without constant financial pressure. Today, many households rely on two incomes, yet still struggle with rent, bills, childcare, and the rising cost of everyday living. Young adults are delaying major life decisions. Buying homes, marrying, or starting families often feels financially out of reach for many people today. Meanwhile, wealth has become increasingly concentrated. A growing share of assets is owned by a smaller percentage of the population. This has led many people to question whether the middle class is shrinking or simply evolving into something entirely different over time in today's economy. The rules of success have changed. Maybe the old path no longer guarantees the future people once believed was possible for those still willing to follow it today. So, was the middle class truly a temporary illusion? The answer isn't as simple as yes or no, and experts continue to debate it today. Some economists believe the middle class is shrinking. Others argue it hasn't disappeared. It has simply adapted to a rapidly changing world. But almost everyone agrees on one thing. The economic rules that created decades of prosperity are no longer exactly the same. Understanding these changes isn't about fear. It's about recognizing reality and making smarter decisions for the future that lies ahead, with greater awareness. The middle class was a temporary illusion, or maybe it was a unique chapter in history. Either way, the world has undeniably changed. If this video made you see the middle class differently, subscribe for more deep dives into history, economics, and the forces shaping our future.